Okay, here we are back at the Outback Motor Speedway. Special night here with the Red Nininger Memorial Race. I want to thank Glenn Nininger of Nininger Tire and Auto for sponsoring this race and letting us have this race after his dad. Alan Saggy back into victory lane. I know you know Glenn real well, and Glenn's a good supporter of late models all the way around, and it's a nice sponsor to have to bring in here to this dirt late model slot car track that we have here.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I guess you Southerners call him Nininger. We always called him Nininger up where I'm from, but either way, the Nininger family, they're great people. I watched Red Nininger drive when I was a kid. He was one of my heroes. That guy was a really good driver, and him and my father were very good friends. I remember my dad and I went down to Red's viewing. But I knew Glenn since I was a teenager and actually had the opportunity to drive his car one night. He gave me a ride in the Tony Armour Memorial. The car I was driving at the time was a Ford that used to drink fuel, and we couldn't make 50 laps. So Glenn had me drive his car, and I led to 4 to go, and Nathan Durbro beat me. But I had the opportunity to work with Red Nininger that weekend. Went down to the shop, and it was only the second year I'd raced. And he said, "Boy, I think you got potential. If you pay attention to me, I'll make something out of you." I had to pay attention to every word Red Nininger said to me.
Yeah, I mean, he was a legend around this area, no doubt about that. And was hoping Glenn would come down here and see this thing. You know, it's 2 years he's sponsored. We're going to get him down here. But let's get to the race. Here we was, almost, almost exactly what we had last week. How nervous was you that you was going to get caught up in another wreck?
You can't think about that. If it happens, it happens. It almost happened. It was pretty close there at one time. But, you know, if it happens, you just got to drive a little harder and try to make it back up. But I did try to space myself out a little bit there at the end and kind of make sure I was in the clear so nothing wrong happened. But got to thank Junior Cooper. Gives me a real good car. I made a little tweak to the car this week, seemed to help it a little bit. We picked up a little bit of speed, and we needed it. Needed every bit of it. But congratulations to my teammate Nick Lighty. He ran second. I guess he got by Brent there right at the end. I know Brent and I battled through the whole race, and it just come down just about. It's like it's been doing every week. And I guess 2 of us were on the same lap, and the third place car, Brent was only 1 lap out. So I mean, that's that's not much distance, I'll tell you.
Yeah, I think everybody got so busy watching you and Brent thinking it was going to be a 1-2 finish again, and here come. But now I guess we'll reverse this. You Northerns call it Lighty. His real name's Leedy.
Okay, all right.
But here come Nicholas charging up there on the bottom, kind of surprising everybody.
I've heard you call him other things, too.
Well,
we won't say that on the interview, though. Nick's a good kid.
But that goes whether you're north or south.
That's right. That goes anywhere. That's universal. But now he did a hell of a job. That was a heck of a race. Here again, how many features have you had this year so far? 6?
Yep.
And they've all been nail biters. I mean, everybody who won was one mistake away from losing. Tonight, one mistake, you go from winning to third. I could be running third real easy. So,
and what do you think it takes to even get in the A main? Because what about that B main?
Yeah, I was watching that B main there. Sure was glad I wasn't in it, And 1 through 6 were all on the same lap going into the last segment, and 7th was only 1 lap behind them. And I think 7th come all the way up to 3rd or 4th when it was over with because he was on a fast lane on the bottom. You can't ask for any more competitive racing than that. I don't care if it's slot cars or real cars. I mean, that's really something. And you got David Kaiser, who's ran really good all year, and he was 1 spot out of qualifying. Mm-hmm. I mean, that just goes to show how tough it is. He's ran 3rd, I think, just about every week but 1. So in the A main.
Yeah.
So you walk in the door here, you're lucky to get qualified. The heck with trying to win, you just got to qualify.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Now we're going to take a week off, and then we'll come back for the Dream. And very first Dream we had a big surprise. The guy, the only win he ever had here, and won that. And got some hungry guys here. Something's going to have to tip this card here. They finally knocked Brent out of the top 2, so what's going to happen here? And I know we've got a lot of hungry guys, but I know you all just as hungry too.
It's not looking real good for me then, is it? I'm the one with the target on my back. But no, again, I got to thank Junior Cooper. He gives me good cars to drive every week. We work together well and, try to do what we got to do. If we win together, we lose together. If things don't go right, you couldn't ask for a better guy to drive for.
All right, man. Well, congratulations.
You're going to miss us next Friday night.
With every bullet.
Yeah.
Nicholas, finally you get on the podium. You needed about one more lap and you would have been in victory lane. What was going through your mind the last 4 or 5 laps there in that last segment?
I was trying to run as hard as I could. I didn't know how close I was. I honestly thought I was already on the same lap as him, but when I looked up, I knew I just passed it. I just got on the same lap as him. But I mean, I knew it was gonna be hard. I knew it was gonna be hard trying to catch Brent. But I guess ending on 2 and 1 was like to get me up there. And then three just sealed the deal so I could stay up there. I mean, us 3 were so close, and it was so hard to catch him. I mean, he was on 5, and I was on 4 or 3, and he was on 4. So I mean, I knew it was gonna be hard to catch him because we were so close together. But I mean, congrats to him and congrats to Brent, and I'm glad everybody raced me clean. I only had 1 wreck, so I'll take it.
When you look at your team, because you and Alan are teammates, you guys are running strong each and every week.
We definitely don't give as much room as we should. We still, I mean, he runs me hard, I run him hard. We run everybody the same way as we want to be run. So, I mean, we let people go, and sometimes we don't get let go. But, I mean, we take chances. Like, at the beginning of the race, you take chances going in the first corner. So when you get mad at somebody for wrecking you in the first corner, that's nobody else's fault because 8 cars are going in the same corner at the same time. What do you expect is going to happen? We cleared that whole segment with no wrecks. That's how you're supposed to race.
Excellent. Final thoughts for the race fans. We got 1 week off, and then we come back 2-day event.
Well, hopefully when we come back, I'm in victory lane.
Excellent. Thanks again.
Thank you.
Brent, finishing on the podium, top 3 in the group that was in the feature tonight. It's nothing to be ashamed of, but I know you want to be in victory lane each and every week, but the track was exceptionally racy tonight.
Oh, yeah. Well, I told you earlier that when you're on top, there's only one way to go, and that's down. So if I'm going to go down and I'm going to finish 3rd, I'll take it. I mean, like you said, there's 29 racers here tonight. I say it every week. The caliber of cars that are here, I mean, these things are just getting tougher and tougher and tougher to win by. And, I tried a little something different with my car this week because last week it wasn't right where I wanted. I got lucky. And any type of racing, you got to be lucky. And I got lucky that, Saggy was unlucky that he wrecked, and I got fortunate enough to be the recipient of it and hang on and get the win. So I knew I needed to tweak the car a little bit, and I tried it this week, and I didn't go in the direction that I thought I was going, so I snugged up a little bit, but we'll check the notebooks and go again. But just like you said, I mean, you always want to win, but to run 3rd with this caliber cars, I'm not going away unhappy, I can tell you that.
So we got a week off, and then we come back, have a 2-day event, a little bit more money on the line, one of the crown jewel events of the season. What are you going to do next week? Take the week off? Are you going to go someplace else and race, or stay here? What's the plan?
Oh no, I'll stay here. My cars, all of them will be pulled apart, clean, maintenance. That's a 2-day event. I'll be making sure my car's on par because I was fortunate enough to win that race last year, so I gotta try to reclaim my crown there, So we'll go over and I'll spend the week off just really going through all the cars and just making sure we're ready for that because, with the amount of racing we got, and we got extra running going on, 2 nights events, it puts a lot of wear and tear on the cars, and I'll just make sure everything's right. Like you said, there's extra money on the line, and so that means competition's going to be stronger. Everybody wants to come, and so we got to make sure we're on top of our A game.
Congratulations on a top 3 finish here in the Nininger event.
Thank you.
Floating in the blimp a lot, I feel the feeling I forgot.